88 versus 159. So basically 90 versus 60. So it's for 4 batteries. 90 times 4 would be
360.
360, and 160 times 4 is 4, and 120 is 520. So what is 360 versus 520?
Yeah, that's a big savings.
Well, it's more than just the savings. Freightliner they have decent batteries, plus they have the same warranty as O'Reilly's, so they have a 1-year warranty, and you can bring back the battery at any time, and plus Freightliners are a lot easier to get to when you're on the road than it is to go to O'Reilly's. And so if I'm on the road and I have a battery failure, it's a lot easier to go into a Freightliner and buy a battery than it is to drive my truck to O'Reilly's and buy a battery.
Well, that's true too. I guess you got to think about it in all kinds of terms.
There's that. And I have experienced an O'Reilly's battery to be any better than a Freightliner battery, because I've ran them side by side, and one doesn't outlast the other. And so anyway, so I'm going to Freightliner to get my batteries and save $200, plus I have to buy fuel, and plus it's 40 miles up there, so an hour and 20.
All right, so the O'Reilly's battery is $159 a battery, and Freightliner's is $88 a battery.
Right.
That is a huge price difference, $88 versus $159.
Yeah, so O'Reilly's, I noticed that all their prices have really gone way up, and it's understandable. You know, everything has gone up except for people's wages, of course, and but the cost of living has gone up. So those batteries were equivalent to the Freightliner batteries, but now they've gone up to 160, where the Freightliners have only gone up maybe a couple of dollars. I think I used to get them for about $79, so they've gone up $10 versus O'Reilly's gone up $50 or $40, so double what they've gone up. But again, I know everything has gone up, and they have to raise their prices, you know, due to the inflation, you know, because they got to pay bills too. And the problem is with that is that people know that they can get stuff online cheaper because you don't have to pay the bricks and mortar, but you have to wait. So if you have the time to wait, you're going to spend a whole lot of money by getting it over the internet than you would go into O'Reilly's, unless you're simply like to go to O'Reilly's just to keep those bricks and mortar companies operational. It's just like I usually stop at a truck spray and wash, and spray my truck off, even if it doesn't need to be sprayed off, just so that I can support them, because they're so rare and so few in between that they're almost all gone. And so, you know, so I try to use a spray and wash to spray my truck off and spend $5-10 at them, even if I don't need to spray it off, just to support them, you know. And some people are like that when it comes to O'Reilly's and parts stores. If you don't support them, they're going to die out. And so they're going to be the thing of yesteryear, and everything you go to buy will have to come over the internet. So that's too bad. But anyway, so there's a lot of places to get your parts, like Rock Auto and so on and so on. Some places won't be substituted for internet, like Freightliner. Freightliner's in business not so much for their parts, but that's a big part of their business. But they have the service have a service shop that they don't depend solely on their parts to be sold in order to stay in business. You know, so Freightliner has the sales of their trucks. They have the truck repair shop, and then they have parts. So they have more ways to support themselves, unlike, you know, like a parts store